Welcome to Memorial Stadium, Lincoln, Nebraska, and home of the Cornhuskers. Northwestern has the kickoff team on the field as we are about ready to start. Fielded in the end zone, it's Bell. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. The Cornhuskers will get first back at the day. And performance in every show and the last game has to have confidence coming into this one, Dave.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will, a really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust.
Gashes the heart of the knee. Touchdown, Husker. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
That is how you make a quarterback look good. Throw it short, run it a long way. He gets all the yardage for that play. Start the football game, finding your playmaker, and your playmaker does the rest, takes it to the house, and gets this offense started out on fire.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And he's got the extra point, man. It's 7-0 to start this one. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Wildcats offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. Be interesting to see what they do today.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Trying play action. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Northwestern will send out the punt team. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Use the play fake, now to throw. Grabbed over the middle, it's Markway. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46. It was quite a burden for Dylan Raiola a year ago, viewed as the Nebraska football savior. So, Jesse, how should he approach growth and improvement in his sophomore season?
Well, I think you got to continue to grow. There were a lot of eyes on Dylan Raiola last year, and for good reason. He is unbelievably talented, but you saw the swagger that he brings to the offense and that X factor and demeanor he really brings to the team. They believe in him. They were able to win a lot of close games a season ago. I think it's not about resting on your laurels. It's about taking the next step to try and be better.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Key. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. All right, guys, let's take a minute to think about Nebraska. If they seeded the playoff today, these guys are in, but we know they're not content with that. They want so much more, David.
They do, and this squad has been building and trying to get to the point where they can get to the playoff and be a national champion. And right now they're in the mix, which is really good halfway through the season. A lot of work still to be done, Palmer.
Yeah, this coaching staff really at this point is just trying to keep this team focused as a top 10 team halfway through the year.
There he goes. He's forced out of bounds just short of the goal line, a mere yard away from Pater.
And what a great decision by the quarterback. Like, it's such a timing and an art when you run this option. Like, you want to get those guys to collapse on you like he does and get that pitch man open. And then you see now he has space to run down the field and make the big play.
And the Huskers have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They're going to run it. He's knocked down for a loss of 7.
That could not have gone any worse. This offense set up Palmer at the 1, going the wrong direction, man.
Yeah, it's way harder to score touchdowns from this area of the field because you can't throw into the end zone so easily. That was a golden opportunity. They got to come up with something positive here.
Quick completion on the out.
Short completion setting up 3rd down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. Big fella moving. Touchdown, Nebraska! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big body frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. From the gun, running back gets to give. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Got enough for the 1st, and he's still going. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They'll snap it on 1st down from the 35. Use the play fake, now to throw. It's complete to the right. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes, he's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. The play action fake. Makes the grab, it's Covey. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain.
It's really tough on offenses when defenses know what you got to do. You got to pass the football. They're in man coverage. How about the receiver understanding where the 1st down is? He smells it. He goes and gets it.
Trying to hit him with a quick game on 1st down and nothing doing there.
Well, give the defense credit on that one because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. He wants to throw it again. It's complete on the right side. He's knocked out of bounds as he gets it across midfield and down to the 46.
Well, look, I know this guy is not the biggest running back in college football, but boy, is he dangerous, right? He's so shifty. He's hard to bring down. It's a good idea to get him going in the passing game. Put him out in space. Let's see what he can do.
Dropping back, it's Stone. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Northwestern will have to punt it away. the way back to his 5-yard line. He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. Catch in the middle, it's Johnson. Drills him with a stiff arm. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. He wants to change this route. Looking to throw on first down. With the catch, it's Hunter. He'll be forced out of bounds. Let's mark it at the 48-yard line as this offense continues its work. Going to sling it on second down. Throws to the wideout. Another interception. That's number 17 on the year. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Give to the single back. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the second quarter. Send the tight end in motion. Looking to throw, it's Stone. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short game there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
Those screen plays, you really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the second level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really do any damage.
Snagged in the middle, it's Porter. He's brought down at the 49. That is well short of the first down. Northwestern will send out the punt team. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. First play of the drive comes from the 38. They've had a really productive first half so far, and they'll try to add to it here. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Let's talk for just a minute about Nebraska. I'm sure you guys saw what a get in recruiting 4-star defensive lineman commitment just last week.
Yeah, you can't get enough of these guys, man. And they're excited because you got to play so many defensive line. This is the guy that's going to come in, be in the rotation early and often.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Bringing the heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. The Huskers will try to pin them back with the punt. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Hits the accelerator to the right. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Wildcats. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
Quarterback's quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Bell. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Palmer.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so you got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. Now the play fake. He'll take the deep shot. Hits him inside the 20, still going. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Cornhuskers.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
They go to the ground. Oh, he's got some space. He's at the 30. The 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Northwestern.
Yeah, offensive line, give me a crack. I'll do the rest. How about the Jets, the speed? He just turns it on, going 70-plus to the house. What a huge play by the running back.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Bell. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
Might be calling a hot route. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. Sends it back in motion. To the air. It's Raiola. Pulls it in. It's Barney. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. And here comes the offense on second down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Back to pass. Got a man, it's Barney. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
They'll send the back in motion. On third and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
After the third down incompletion, the punt unit is on the field. He didn't get it, and what a stop by this defense to get the football back. Great place to start for this offense. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. They'll run play action. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
Man, this offense has been bad. How about the first play? Nowhere to go, nowhere to run, tackle for a loss. Second play, you get your quarterback sacked. And the third play, now we're sitting in 3rd and long, right where this defense wants to get us.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Didn't get a chance to show off those running skills, but he gives them the ball at the 29-yard line.
Man, great zone coverage in the back end by this defense. A lot of eyeballs on the quarterback. Great job. The ball comes out, and you can see, Jesse, that defensive secondary on a string, break on the football, and they go force the INT.
And that's what this defense wants to do. They want to win 1st and 2nd down, bring their dime personnel on the field 3rd and long, play that zone defense. There's nowhere for you to throw the football, and they get a critical takeaway.
Let's see what they have dialed up as this drive starts from the 29-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Raiola. A lot of defenders around on that screen. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. The Cornhuskers moving quickly to the line. Off play action. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. He might want another play. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Grabbed in the middle, it's Albright. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score.
Good job reading the defense by the quarterback on that RPO fake. He waited to see how the defense was going to play the run. He saw defenders bite up close to the line of scrimmage, and right away he knew he had the slant throw right in behind him.
The give out of the gun. Can White cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
Awesome job. Run the football, right? It's really basic. Go to those plays you know can get you first downs, get you some extra set of downs, then you can go make big plays.
And this offense will have to feel pretty good about itself if it can tie the game before halftime. 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Wildcats! And they take it in for 6 more points.
This has been a back-and-forth battle with a lot of football left to go. Really nice job executing on that rushing touchdown. If they get this extra point, this thing is all tied up.
And the extra point is good. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Running back searching for a hole. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Got it, looking for a first. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Shoved out of bounds after a big gain. They'll mark it at the plus 42.
Man, this quarterback is having himself a day. Over 200 yards in the first half. It was hard enough for Palmer to get over 200 in a game, more or less in the first half.
Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards.
Breaks into the open. And that is a nifty bit of navigation to get through that traffic and get the first down. And the Huskers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to pass, it's Raiola. Pressure coming. Right down the middle. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Quarterback may change this route. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Off the play fake. Fires to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. They'll move the tight end. Trying to find the end zone. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Touchdown, Huskers! Fitted in the window for the score.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. They're down by a touchdown, but hoping to dial up some plays and pull even in what's turning out to be a really good football game. running back has it. Can't get him to the ground. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Man, a lot of ways to describe those first 2 quarters in Lincoln, but let's just go with notable. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed, he simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double-team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half.
Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. Third down, and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make moving the chains impossible. Back to throw, it's Stone. And this is going to be incomplete on third down. Northwestern will have to punt it away. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, that last drive, they looked like they were throwing against air. Just absolute precision execution in the passing game, and it led him to a touchdown. We'll see what they have this possession. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
One of the things I like about this defense is their DBs are not afraid to put their face in the fan and go tackle. And you saw it that time with the quarterback making a great play, tackling the quarterback on the option for a big loss.
They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. At the 45 on its way. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back.
Looking deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground. Looking downfield, it's Raiola. Caught over the middle. It's Key. There he goes. Touchdown, Nebraska. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And this offense picks up right where it left off. Scoring points, creating a big play. First drive of the second half, no problem. Don't worry about halftime adjustments. Just keep doing what you've been doing. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the SEC. South Carolina is down right now, but you simply can't rule out a comeback. Jadeveon Clowney had a hand in getting this kid to Columbia, so if he thinks the magic is there, who am I to disagree? It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Alabama. Just another week of SEC football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
Thanks for the update on that one. Kevin, let us know when it goes final. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Pulls and throws off the RPO. And the Wildcats get enough to move the chains.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Finds his tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle. Giving up size, still got him on the turf.
Well, they're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Back to throw, it's Stone. They've got the screen set up. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
The defense was on to something there. They were sensing screen might be coming up. D-line did a great job staying home, getting close to the running back and tackling him for no gain.
Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Wants to go up top on first down. Flips it out on the screen. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, they're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back, just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
Trying play action. Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film.
Gonna take a shot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. 4 wide out set, 2 on either side on 2nd and 10. The play action fake. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Makes the catch and a huge play on the left side. Touchdown, Cornhuskers! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. That drive a great example of just how potent this offense can be. 2 plays, 80 yards, give them the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. They're looking at a 21-point hold. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Looking for a man, it's Stone. Got his man in the middle. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
Lofts one high and deep. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. Northwestern will send out the punt team. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. Catches it cleanly at the 20. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. This drive will get underway from just inside the 35 at their own 34. Wants to adjust the pattern. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. He wants to throw it. Makes the catch. It's Barney. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Quick release on the RPO. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. The Huskers, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Using his feet to buy time. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Holds and fires complete to the right. Turning it on. Touchdown, Husker. Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
These slants are so hard to defend when the ball's thrown like that. The receiver catches it, and he's catching it going so fast, and you can tell the defense couldn't quite get the right angles, and he does the rest, uses his speed, gets all the way to the end zone.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. Quick work on that. Drive, just 4 plays. And they pay it off with a strike from 38 yards out. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the 3rd. We've reached the break. It's Nebraska holding the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. After swapping ends of the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. He's got an open man. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43.
Tackle is made at the 43. And that's good enough.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Fires to the big fella. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Well, this offense is going to try and grind their way to a win now, and they're going to start force-feeding this guy the football, too. He's made a few plays earlier in this game, but now in the fourth quarter, it's about 4.
Heading to the end zone. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
Well, obviously, the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Tries again to get it in. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. They go to the wide receiver screen. Touchdown, Northwestern. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Yeah, nice pitch, nice catch. And listen, maybe this helps next game, right? Like, we're trying to find a rhythm, find something that works, find somebody to go to. And this offense is struggling, and you're down by 1,000, but I like that they continue to fight.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, you could make a case this is the game of the week in the SEC. South Carolina is on the wrong end of a one-sided affair today, and if you'll pardon the pun, the chickens are going to come home to roost this week in Columbia.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside.
They're trailing by 14 to Alabama. Week in and week out in the SEC, it's a battle of attrition, and if anything big changes, you'll hear about it here.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
It's not a flashy play call, but that is exactly what it was designed to do. Get 2 yards, get the first down.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances, and that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
They pick it off, and this defense, a much-needed play. Looking for more room. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Well, the defense isn't quitting. They're obviously down big here in the fourth quarter with just a little bit of time left. Obviously, it'll take a Herculean effort to come back, but could that interception be the spark that ignites this team?
Wants to throw on first down. Makes the grab. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
And this offense is going to have to catch some breaks, man. They're going to have to make some big plays. They're going to have to push the ball down the field, break some tackles, hit some home runs, down 3 possessions in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to do everything right.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And the Wildcats want to pick up the tempo. He'll throw on 3rd down. Pocket breaking down. Here's the pressure. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fires deep toward the end zone. Can't complete the long throw, and the defense gets off the field on 4th down. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. He'll ride his man on the option. And the ball is free on the pitch. The offense back on top of it. That's going to be a safety, but trust me, that could have been much, much worse. They'll get set for the free kick after the safety.
Yeah, and sometimes you get confused and you get lost where you're on the field, but not that far. And I don't know how to explain this. I would love to give you words and break this down and be like, this is what he was thinking. I don't know what he was thinking.
Going right to work up top. Fires to the wideout. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Hey, it's just been frustrating to watch the inconsistency of this guy at QB, man. You've got to be able to stay in rhythm in an offense and stay ahead of schedule. And he's had a moment and he threw a touchdown pass, but more consistency, more finding the open guys, delivering it to them, and keeping this offense on schedule.
The Wildcats need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on 3rd down. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. No signs of any kind of kickers. They'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Got it in the middle, it's Wagner. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Northwestern ready to dial one up on 1st down.
Oh, and he finds his slot receiver on that 4th down throw. And I'll tell you, this guy's not the biggest receiver in college football, but he does such a good job working the middle of the field. He's just able to get open and read coverage. Every quarterback loves having a slot receiver like that.
Strikes first, delivers the punch, and works his way to the 31. Northwestern right back to the line. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. The Wildcats can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Looking downfield on 1st down. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. And the Wildcats now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. He's got him. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. From here, it would just be a 30-yard field goal try. Let's see how aggressive they're going to be to try to pick up that 1st down. From the gun, wants to pass. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency there.
There he goes. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Got him downfield. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They're down to the 20, first and 10. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Oh, they're after him. Got it behind the line. It's Ives. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
To the air on second down. Looking to scramble. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
This is the most annoying thing in the world for a defense, is when you start to play all these plays and all these pass concepts and routes, and then you let the quarterback get outside the pocket, and he takes off, and he gets a first down.
He's trying to get it in. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive